Welcome everyone, and hello and good morning to the next episode of Tethered by the Table. Um, we are so excited to play now. I'm still pretty nervous, but we're gonna get things go. Um, Megan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Megan. You know, I really am a nursing student by day, and then I play D&D in the early morning. So that's
Excellent.
all there is about me right now.
Perfect. And I'm Nathan. I'm the Dungeon Master. I have Dungeon Mastered for about 2.5 years now and never actually played the game. But I actually love Dungeon Mastering more than actually playing, so it works out for me. But we are going to jump straight into our campaign here. Ultimately, we are on the island of Soli Calife Rune. It is a lovely island mixed with all plethora of people, but majorly made out of the High Elf society. There are many islands that stream across the entire island, most of which have some sort of um, pinnacle kind of area that they specialize in. In this specific situation, we are in the city of Cyanidel. Um, they master in trade. They are the trade hub of in the entire island. And Marlowe here is exploring Cyanidel after a certain um, quest of their own. Now, Marlowe or Megan, Marlowe, do you want to explain what your character looks like?
Yes. So Marlo is, I believe I said she's 23 years old, around 23. She has lived her entire life by the sea. Her father was a fisherman, um, and he was, and she was helping him deal with his own personal quest, as she grew up. She is a human warlock. She is about 5'5", I believe I have her as. She was born with naturally green eyes, but then as soon as she took her pact with her patron, they turned into an abnormally, like, very bright bluish color. Um, she is also blonde, but with being out in the sun and on the boat, for so long, it's kind of bleached her hair. So it could kind of seem white at times. But when you look at it longer, she's definitely blonde. Um, Definitely kind of like, that like like not like leathered skin because she's younger, but this like she has like that complexion of like, oh yeah, she's definitely worked in the sun a lot. Um, but yeah, that's about Marlo. She Yeah, that's her. Yep.
Perfect. I know, I love it. Okay, and I mean, would you like to do the honors of telling a little bit of what happened last time?
Yes. So last time, we were in Cyanidel, like, and then were, let's see, I got my notes here.
Now I got to see how detailed the notes you take. This is my little test to
Okay.
see how much you're paying attention.
Oh, dang it. Okay, so pertaining to the story, we there was like a congregation, um, and the viceroy of Cyanidel made a speech to the people of Cyanidel about a murder that happened. And the murder forgot his name, the person that was murdered. But it was the viceroy's like best friend, like best business partner. Um, and so that happened. And I'm personally there for a different reason, but I got caught up in that because as I was walking away, um, I had my books and I was gonna study, and then all of a sudden I hear these goons, they're like beating up on somebody, and it turns out it's the viceroy. The viceroy is getting beat up. So I intervened. I was able to stop them, and I have currently aligned myself with the viceroy. He says that he believes that he knows who's kind of in like who's behind the murder. So I made a deal with him that if I help him, he's going to help me. So,
Okay,
and
I
that
see.
is where we left off.
Excellent. Yes. So ultimately, I think that was all spot on. That was really, really good. You left out some of the badassery that you were doing with your little water tentacle or ice tentacle kind of, but I mean,
Yeah.
you had to be there in order to experience it. Yes. Tell Pat Null. is the man who was murdered, a good friend of
Ken.
the Viceroy, Imral Radikai. Imral Radikai is a little concerned that is did his best to reinstate trust and peace to the people of Cyanidel because he doesn't want the society unraveling at the side of this murder, but will do his best in order to um, kind of continue things as normal in the coming days. Now, while you were walking around doing a little delivery for someone you had just met, you had found him
Mhm.
getting beaten up by thugs. You saved him heroically, and he has agreed to provide you information or provide you access to information as long as you help him um, take care of whoever's behind this whole entire shindig. So ultimately, he has asked that you meet him in his office, and you can kind of go over the details of the deal. Now, I know you guys were fighting. I know you were fighting last time. I'll let you do like kind of a long rest. We'll say that you found some sort of kind of place to hole up, and rest for the night. And so I'll let you and your little friend Toll take a long rest and be completely healed up. And now at this point, what are you looking to do?
Okay, so it's early morning, I would assume, because we just had a long, or is this after we took the long rest?
Yes, this is after the particular. So
Okay.
I'd
Okay.
say you defended the like kind of the muggers last night, and so you met Viceroy. Viceroy's like, "Oh, in the morning, meet me in my office," and then he like
Okay.
dashed away, and you found like a little inn for the night.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I stripped the thug of his things. I would like to see if I could go about selling some of it
Okay, I dig it. All right. So
before
you're
heading over there.
remind me what you have, what you got from him.
Yeah, so I took his leather armor, but I'm keeping that. So I want to
Okay.
sell. Well, he has studded leather, so I want to sell his leather armor. And then I also took. Oh, you're gonna make me say it. Um,
Oh, you're talking about the scimitar.
the the scimitar,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah. I know you knew how to say.
and the pistol.
Okay, perfect. So you're looking for like some sort of like weapons dealer, kind of
Yeah,
to see if you can kind of make some money off of this. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. In that case, then give me just one second while I pull this up. You begin to look around the city. You are kind of looking for. I mean, you're unfamiliar with the city, and so I want you to roll an investigation check to see if you're able, what you're able to find when it comes to merchants.
Oh, can I have Toll do it for me? No, I can. I'll do
Oh,
it.
wait, so does that imply that Toll has been here longer than you have?
Or more like that he has
Better investigation.
better investigation. Look, 10.
10, okay. All
Yeah.
right. So, I mean, you ultimately know, you've been here at least long enough to know that the Avid Siap, the merchant kind of gathering that you were at yesterday, has a lot of merchants. And so if you're going to find someone, it increases the probability if you head to the Avid Siap first. And so you pack your things, you grab the scimitar and pistol, keeping it kind of concealed because you don't know the type of clientele, the type of people that are around here. Um, and you begin to head back to the Avid Sea to see if you can find somebody. There, as you kind of wander around the groups of people, you find someone. Hold on one second. You find kind of a um, sort of blacksmith-esque shop. Now he doesn't have the anvil and forge on him, but it's a little like cart that is decked out with a whole bunch of different like kind of daggers, swords, there's different metalworks that he's created, and you figure out of everyone that's here, odds are he'd respect a scimitar and pistol the most.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up. I say, hey, I got a couple of things that I'm looking to sell.
Okay. And a kind of a grizzled beard dwarf from behind like the cart kind of hops up on a little like stool so he can look over, kind of meet your eye, like your gaze a little bit more. And ultimately he kind of like, oh, hello there. I can't wait to take a look at what you have.
nice. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the pistol, the scimitar, and the leather armor. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Um, but you said that you were keeping the leather armor, or you
So
just
no,
gonna mix it up?
I'm keeping his studded leather
Oh,
armor.
leather, but you
I'm
had
s-
leather armor on you.
yeah, I had leather armor that I don't want.
Perfect. Okay. In that case, then, he kind of looks at all of these things, and he kind of like you put down leather armor and a sword and a pistol. I mean, it kind of looks like you just mugged somebody, or at least this is what they were wearing beforehand. He kind of looks and goes, "Oh, interesting," and kind of begins to looking at
I so I'm just a retired adventurer. I tried it a little bit and was it for me?
and his worried expression kind of like drops a little bit. He That's enough. That's enough of an explanation for him, and he begins to look at the leather. He's kind of taking a look at the different pieces that would have higher wear, looking to see if there's any like kind of gashes in the like among them and everything. And he goes, "Oh well, I mean, surely you have some good travels in them. Could you mind telling me a story?"
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna yeah. It was a dark and dreary night.
Oh,
My father and I were on a fishing boat, and all of a sudden, it was a clear night. It was very clear. But then waves started picking up. They were just coming and coming out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, we're peering through, we're peering, and a huge kraken comes and tries to take down our ship. Um, but luckily, we were able to serve him some delicious jelly filled donuts, kind of like the ones that our neighbor over here, the baker, sells. And
nice.
he went on
Well.
his merry way.
He
Yeah.
kind of looks. He looks. It's an odd story. Actually, roll a perception check to see how well he. Oh no, roll a persuasion check. I mean, to see how well he takes that story.
Okay. Okay, that is a 20, but it was very naughty. So,
Oh,
a dirty 20.
dang! Talk about naughty 20s around here. He begins to nod and he kind of like sitting there. He's like, "Really? I mean, I've
Yeah,
tasted those jelly
yeah.
donuts, and I I never thought that a Kraken would like them. But you know, you're much more of an adventurer than I am, so I believe you. I've always wanted to go on some sort of adventure." I guess that's maybe why I'm living vicariously through the swords that I sell. But I really hope that one day adventure might find me. But I honestly feel like I'm too much of a scaredy cat to actually ever uh, take an adventure by the horns, if you will.
Well, if the donuts were good enough for the Kraken, they're good enough for you. So,
Well, I'm looking for an adventure, not really a pastry. But I mean, it sounds like the jelly donuts might be a good gateway. So, and he kind of looks at the leather armor, and he um, is now inspecting the scimitar. He looked at the pistol while you were telling the story. He's now inspecting the scimitar a little bit. He's looking at the blade and so, well, for uh, for the leather armor, I could give you a solid 10 gold. There's plenty of good leather still here. Just a little bit of kind of kind of like freshening up. We'll suit this thing just fine. Scimitar, I can give you about 18 gold pieces. But this pistol though, and he's kind of looking at us, this is some fine stuff. Where'd you come across a pistol like this?
yeah, so, I was deep within a cavern, within the sea, and it
In the
was
cavern within the sea. Okay.
yeah. It was attached to this, skeleton guy.
Interesting.
When I say skeleton guy, obviously he was dead. Um,
Oh,
but
okay.
it
Okay.
seems like he was an old pirate, and I decided to take it.
Interesting. And he kind of looks in because, and this, by an ocean cave. I'd imagine things are wet, even though it had been sitting in just like in a wet atmosphere. It still looks very pristine. It looks very good. So, for this thing, I could take probably a solid 75 gold piece. I could provide you 75 gold piece for that.
Well, mister, we have a deal.
Excellent. So he gives you, what is that? 10, 18. Where's my calculator? It's 10 gold piece for the leather, 18 for the
Mhm.
scimitar, and then 75 for the pistol.
Okay, now
And
I just needed the
I'll be
weight.
so kind to let you do the math on that one.
Yeah, I got it here to look at it later.
Perfect. Okay. So you have now officially sold those pieces of equipment there, and you are, I mean, definitely a whole lot of more gold richer after selling that dude's stuff. And now, at this point, you're in the Abbotsia. What would you like to do?
Right, I think at this point I'm gonna make my way to where the Viceroy
Okay.
um
Perfect.
told me to meet him.
So in the Abbot Siap, the Capitol building of Cyanidel, there is the marketplace down below, which you're familiar with. You've been there. But up the stairs, near where the Viceroy yesterday had given his speech, there's double doors that allow you to go into kind of the more like the offices and the governing space of the Capitol building, because it is still an operating governmental building per se. And so you head up the stairs, and there's a guard kind of sitting there at the one of the sides of the double doors. Goes, "Hey, do you have any business in here?"
Yeah, the Viceroy is expecting me. We have business to attend to.
He kind of shoots you like a side glance, and he's okay. Well, in that case, then, and he kind of unlocks the door with like a big, like kind of metal key. The doors swing open and allow you entry into the governing area of the Abbotsia.
As I'm walking in, I turn around and I'm like, "You guys are terrible guardsmen," and then I just continue.
Wait,
Why would
and
they
he kind of
just
looks at
let
you.
me
He's like, "What?
in?
Oh, I get. But should we go get her?" But they ultimately kind of look at you um and they let you through, I guess. And so you begin to walk into the absolute maze of hallways and buildings and well, hallways and rooms of the governing area. There are kind of signs or at least like markers well enough that kind of direct you to the viceroy's room. And after kind of wandering a little bit, you end up finding where he needs to be, and you are at his kind of large wooden door that leads into his office.
Okay. Um, before I go in, I want to let can I let Toll out? I'm
Yeah.
gonna let Toll out of my pocket
Okay.
and kind of let him, cause fine, but like skither
Let him run
around.
rampant. Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
all right. So you take him out of your pocket, you let him scamper off, and kind of without a word, he darts off, he zips around the corner, and you can only hope that he'll find something relatively valuable with little to no problem whatsoever.
With him being my familiar, I
Mhm.
should probably know this, but maybe you can enlighten me. Can I see through his eyes? Like
Oh,
if I tune into him, like can I see what he's seeing?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Let me take a look. Hold on. Oh, actually, well, if I look at the find familiar spell, your telepathic connection, you would be able to see through his eyes using a bonus action. When you can at least
Okay.
communicate with him telepathically 100 feet from you.
He can, so I could understand him, or he
Oh
would just
shit.
understand me.
I don't know. Hold on. Let's see what let's dig into this a little bit. What languages does the pseudo dragon speak?
So languages, it says on the monster page that he understands Common and Draconic, but he can't speak.
Okay, so in that case, then I'd say that he could understand you telepathically, 100 feet away. He
But
just
I
can't
just
speak yet.
can't.
He
Okay.
just can't speak back.
Okay. So 100 feet. Okay.
And yeah, I'd say I'd be okay with running with the find familiar rules that you can see through his eyes and speak to him within 100
Okay.
feet.
Okay. So I'm letting him out. Um, and can that apply to like okay within 100 feet? He can't speak to me, but can he like maybe a little feeling of like oh maybe I found something or like not more like a feeling of like he wants me to see into him? No, no, I'll just look into him when I look into him.
You'll just visit him every now and then.
I'll just visit.
Okay. All right, perfect. In that case, then he scampers off. You see him disappear around the corner. and we hope that he gets something good.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna knock.
Okay. All right. And after a couple of knocks, the you hear a voice from inside, very familiar to the one that was making a speech yesterday. He goes, "Oh, 1 second, 1 second," and he comes over. You hear like a three different locks unlock on the door before the door kind of swings open with the chain. Sitting there and goes, "Oh, it's you. 1 second, 1 second." And he kind of undoes the chain, opens the door completely, goes, "Please come in. You rescued me so heroically yesterday. I can only treat you with kindness. And how about a drink? Would you like a drink?"
I think I'm okay for right now. But
Yeah,
thank you
it's
for
like
your hospitality.
he's like, you sure I can interest you in some of Cyanidale's finest?
You know, I'm really grateful, but I prefer to handle business with a clear head.
And kind of sits there and he kind of like wants to push a little further, but realizes that you're pretty adamant on it, and so he comes around the other side of the door and he kind of sits down and he goes, "So, tell me your deal. What's going on here? What are you doing in Cyanidale?"
Well, I'll tell you what you need to know. Basically, I'm here, and there's a dragon that I need to release, and bring to its original realm because we don't want it in its here in our realm. We want it to go back to its realm. And to do that, I need these magical stakes that I was talking about.
Kind of sits there and goes, "Okay." And you know for certain that this dragon will just leave once you free it.
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
She's left no inclination that she would stay. She actually made it very clear that she hates it here and she rather despises all mortal beings.
Interesting. Well, I guess that is a calamity we'd have to cross at a different time if something were to. I won't let that bother me now. I guess from now on we can just deal with my calamity then, and I'll let you handle yours. Uh, I am hoping that you might help me out with a little bit of an issue that I have. As you know, Kelpat Null, my good friend and a bustling trade partner of the entire island, was murdered a couple days ago. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of who might have killed Kelpat Null, because I just want to make sure that there's no intention for continual um, murders, if that makes sense. I don't want this to become a string of murders. I'd rather catch him immediately. Now, you might have
For sure.
found me yesterday in a more seedy part of town. That is because I was meeting with a friend. He might have more information when it comes to who killed Kelpatnol. And unfortunately, I was interrupted before I could actually meet my friend. And so I'm hoping that you might be able to run an errand of sorts and speak to him and see if he has actually pulled up any information like he promised he would.
You think he's not going to be worried that you didn't show up? That
He is a shady man. He understands that if there was any sort of complication or any sort of worry, that either one of us has full permission to not attend.
hey, what's this guy's name?
He kind of gets a little nervous about telling you the name, but kind of the dire situation merits that he tells you, and he kind of says and goes, his name is Gatriar Relum. He works in some of the seedier parts of town, but we are good friends nonetheless. Actually, Gatriar and I, as well as Kel, were all friends when we went to the school of Selutar, and so our bond goes deep. It's just he happened to pick a less desirable career rather than one of either trade or governance, like me and Kel.
So you say he's shady. What makes this guy shady? Like what's he
He
doing?
he finds joy in the the unseen. Um, Ultimately, while he has had his run of black market dealings and other sort of nefarious gray areas, he is someone that I still hold near and dear to my heart, and it's someone that I have decided to keep close to me in these times of peril as well. And so he is definitely a man of secrets, but no secrets that he would keep from me. I don't. If you're asking if I believe that he did this, I don't believe it. Any of I wouldn't believe for a second that he was anywhere behind this.
Okay, well, do you guys have like a passcode or like a code name that he might know? I'm just worried I show up. You didn't show up like yesterday, and then all of a sudden I show up. I'm afraid that with the kind of people he deals with, that he might see me as someone with ill intent. So, is there a way for me to show him that I'm on your behalf?
Because yes, actually there is a code. Um, Approach the Nerelis and say the phrase basilisk. I can't even say it. Basilisk spine. Um, well, you'll find while Gatriar has dealings and kind of warehouses all over the Cyanidel, I I believe that he will be at his headquarters at the Nerelis. Head there, provide the code, and that should allow you entry into his compound.
Right? And he just had information. That's
Yes,
what
I
he was
have him
going to tell
digging
you about.
into a
Okay.
couple of different pieces of information, hoping that it might give us clues on who actually was behind all of this.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. And he seems truthful in all of this, like the viceroy.
Roll a perception check.
Let's see. 13.
A 13. He seems genuine about the information he's provided. He also seemed a little worried, just about the situation in whole, and so there's like a twinge of desperation, but the information he provided you seemed truthful.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I think that's all I need to know then. Unless there's any other information you would like to divulge.
Yes. When it comes to your payment, as it were, um, ultimately, hold on one second, I'm looking at my notes. Um, you will have access to the Library of Selutar. As a high scholar of that college, I have many connections that can get you into libraries there. I cannot guarantee you the knowledge you will find, but I will guarantee you access to it. And so just let me know when you want to make it to that
Okay.
that library, and I will provide a method.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Excellent.
I'm gonna leave.
Perfect. Okay. And he goes, well, I wish you a good haste. I'm hoping that we can take care of this situation rather quickly. I don't want any loose ends. So do what you must. I will provide you immunity where I can, but of course, if you get too far out of my grasp, I may not be able to protect you from um, anything any of the dangers that you may find.
Oh, no worries. I can protect myself.
Perfect.
And as I'm heading out, I'm gonna turn over my shoulder and tell him, you really need to get better guards," and then just leave.
Oh, okay. You guys is there. And so now you are out in the hallway again. Your dragon has been missing for, I mean, that conversation probably lasted maybe like 5 minutes or something. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna see if I can if I'm gonna see if he's within 100 feet, just
Okay,
so I'm gonna see if I could see what he's seeing.
perfect. So you kind of close your eyes and you at first it's kind of like murky, like it's kind of like almost like you're kind of like swimming through like murky water and everything. But as
Not
you
again.
kind of as you continue to focus and to concentrate, the image clears up and you begin to see the world from a much lower perspective. And you're kind of running across the floor. You kind of like hear like your nostrils like sniffing here and there. You are in kind of a sort of like clerical area where there's lots of kind of books and it's like a smaller room with lots of bookshelves and there's like a man in long robes kind of like going through read like kind of picking things up has like a paper next to him. It's unclear what he's doing, but he's just doing clerical work or anything. um and you see you're kind of viewing this from a hidden angle, and the man is writing something with
Oh,
a quill,
no.
kind of like feels his wrist, takes off some of his like kind of golden like kind of jewelry bracelets and everything. Takes off a couple of rings and kind of just like rubs his hand like it's kind of in a little bit of pain. And he goes to turn around to grab another book, and just like a little dart, the your perspective jumps on the counter, swipes a couple of these things, kind of like shimmies into the bracelet, so you're like so it's like wear your little dragon's wearing it, kind of like a little waistband, and then darts off, and then the kind of connection gets fuzzy again, and you lose it.
Oh, dang it. Okay. I'm gonna try like walking a certain direction because I need to tell him to get back here.
Okay,
So I need to be within 100 feet to talk
perfect.
to him.
So you get to kind of
So
walk around, like wander around a little bit.
yeah, nonchalantly trying to
Okay,
like, oh, what a great painting, and then try to like
excellent.
like
Yeah.
phone radar. I don't know.
Yeah, and eventually you feel kind of that faint like connection again, like in kind of the back of your mind, like you always kind of know where Toll is. You feel it again, kind of for a moment, but long enough for you to pass a message.
Oh, get back here. We gotta go.
Perfect. So you feel the dragon kind of acknowledge this command, and the connection that you feel kind of is getting slightly like greater and greater. It kind of builds as you can feel him getting closer to you. And eventually,
Okay.
you see your little. What color is your dragon? Actually, just if you wouldn't mind, describe Toll just real briefly.
Okay. Well, Toll is so Sue dragons are small.
Hmm.
He is on the smaller side of that small. So he's kind of like a toddler age within his group, but he's kind of like a salamander size. Um, and he has like these tiny wings that you wonder if they would work, but they do work. Um, they're kind of like, from A Bug's Life, the caterpillar when he
Yeah.
he kind of has those
Yeah.
that
Okay.
that will soon grow, but as
Okay.
of
All
at
right.
least that's what I keep telling him.
Okay.
It's not about the size, but and then ooh, I really he has yeah, he has like a longish his tail is like half his size.
Okay.
So most of him is made up with his
Tail.
tail and it has like a stinger on it. Um
Color.
I
What color is
haven't
the dragon?
I know, I'm trying to decide what color he should be. I'm gonna say he's like he's like kaleidoscopy. Um
Oh, I dig
kind
it.
of like
Okay.
that.
I dig it. All right. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So you just have a
Thanks.
skinned Toll right on your desk, don't you?
He gave it to me. He was
Oh,
shedding.
Chilling. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So in that case, then yeah, you see that kind of the dart of multicolor dragon kind of head down the hallway, run up your leg, and then kind of with like a jangle of all the different like ornaments of things that he's found that he's wearing, kind of like his own ornament, like his own jewelry. He dashes into your pocket and begins to kind of fawn over the many things that he has found.
I've told you, we don't mess with clerics. Paladins are all that, but clerics are off limits.
And
But
well, no, not cleric, clerk. We'll say he's a clerk. So it's
oh, a
he's
clerk.
not
Okay,
a holy
sorry.
man. He's just a man with lots of documents and stuff. And so he should still
Oh,
be on limits here.
yeah, you're fine. That's fine.
Perfect. And
Okay.
he has found one golden bracelet. I'd say about three jeweled rings
Did you say
and
three?
three, yes. And he also found a an earring.
Is the ear still attached?
No, it is not. It looks like,
Okay.
and neither is there any sort of like bodily fluids on it. It looks like it was
Okay.
misplaced, or maybe it was like a kind of earring like that had fallen underneath something that was like a lost
Gotcha.
earring that he had found.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, good job, buddy. And then we'll be going.
So now where are you headed off to?
Well, I'm gonna leave this place,
Mhm.
and slowly head my way over to the nearest.
The Nerealis.
Yeah,
The
near
Nerealis
us.
is a very popular place. amongst the, I guess the it's a very popular place because it is a brothel. This is
Oh,
a sort of everyone kind of knows where it is, but no one really talks about it. Um, while you were in the actual office with Emerald Radikai, um, he was able to kind of give you guidance on where it was in the city, and you kind of know just off of the different landmarks he was talking about where to find it. And so you're looking to go there right now.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So you walk up, kind of enter the certain alleyway that you need to, and it is an overall kind of like boring alleyway, not much to be seen. However, there is one man kind of sitting in a chair, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, right next to a door.
Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna walk up to him and say, Bacillus spine.
He kind of looks up and
See if
goes,
that does anything. Yeah.
kind of looks and goes, "Who are you?"
That's on a need to know basis. All you need to know is Bacillus spine.
And he kind of sits there and goes, "I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Maybe if
damn
I knew who
it.
you were meeting, maybe I'd know a little bit more, but I don't know what you're talking about."
All right. Well, I'm looking for Gatria Realm. I think he would
And
like to speak to me.
he kind of sits and he like kind of his interest is spiked all of a sudden when he realizes that maybe you do know what you're talking about. And he kind of sits there and goes, he's not in right now. Maybe come back later."
I can't. No, no, we're not doing that. I need to get in now.
Do a persuasion check. See if he
Okay. Can I? Okay. Oh, that was a 3.
three. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, he kind of he looks at you and you did your best to kind of like puff up and be like, no, I need to see him now. And he kind of just looks at you and is like, oh, come back later. He's not here. And at this moment, the door bursts open and a man is thrown from the door. And you see a taller elf, a brown hair, and he's smoking a cigarette. And one second, I'm pulling out my notes here. I'm pulling out my notes here. And the man who is thrown kind of like who's like scurries up like a little rat and like runs down the alleyway. And the man with the cigarette goes, talk to one of my employees like that again, and I'll have you barred from every brothel. Keep acting like an asshole, and the only woman you'll be able to lay your eyes on is your mother. And I'm gonna tell her exactly how you're acting here." And he kind of sits there and begins to smoke again. And the guard goes, "Never mind, Gatriar's here." And kind of just like, and Gatriar looks at you and goes, "Oh, need something?"
Yeah. Bacillus spine.
And he kind of looks and nods and goes, "All right, with me." And he disappears into the door that
Then,
and begs
as
you to
I'm
follow.
going, I'm doing this to the guard.
And the guard kind of like sheepishly, like kind of like tries to look away and tries to pretend like he's not seeing you throwing daggers at him. All right, so you follow Gatriar through a dark and cloudy building all the way to the back of the building where he has his own little kind of office, little area and everything. And within the office, oh wait, hold on, I have to do this. I want to see if this works. Whoa. Wrong person, wrong person. Um, Gratriar Relin. There he is. Okay. As you walk to the back of the building, he brings you into his kind of personal office and decides to sit down on one side of the table and kind of beckons you to sit down on the other side of a very far, like, long rectangle table. Within the room, there is kind of two bodyguards-esque, one a little beefier than the other. He kind of sits down and goes, "So you were sent by somebody, huh?"
Yeah, the viceroy. I'm sure you know him very well.
"I do. We're good friends. He was supposed to meet me yesterday. Do you know anything about that?"
Yeah, he got caught by a couple of goons, but don't worry, I took care of it.
Interesting. He never could hold his own in a fist fight. But if you're here, it means that he still is interested. Tell me what's going on.
Well, really, the only thing he said that you had information about who killed your guys' buddy, and I'm just here. I think I am now here to take care of that.
He goes, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell the Viceroy that I have been doing a little bit of digging. I have been able to bribe a coroner friend of mine. He's taking a look at the body right now. Um, ultimately, Kel was kind of in bad shape, but we won't know the extent of his actual injuries until the doctor takes a look at him. Trying to do our best to. I'm sure you know that Emerald Radikai wants Kel Patnol's murder to kind of come off the board as soon as possible. The less people that are talking about it, the better. And ultimately, any information about the attacker will just turn to gossip and fizzle out. And so he's taking a look now. He's doing it at his own house just to make sure that the investigators don't come knocking, and we'll see what he says once the whole ordeal is done.
When do you think we'll know? Like, how long does that usually take?
Oh, I mean, he has his methods, and I'm sure the news should be done by the end of the day today. And of course, if you want to take a look, I'm sure I could point you in the right direction. Um, ultimately, I've been there a little bit too much, and I have a feeling that it's starting to get a little attention there, just because my face is known among some of the seedier parts here. But maybe if a new person showed up, you might be able to slip in without any sort of issues. And so if Emerald really wants to know what's going on, perhaps he can send his little dog to go check it out.
Okay. um, yeah, we're just point me to the direction. I'll go there.
Okay. All right. And then in that case, then he begins to kind of look around and he goes, well, the doctor does this from his own house. And he kind of pulls out a little piece of paper and begins to draw like a crude map of like the inner city of Cyanidel and kind of drawing a little like he's a bad drawer. Like it does not look good at all, but you can maybe kind of scratch out exactly where he's telling you to go. And at one point, the door there's a knock on the door. I mean, kind of the guards kind of like go to answer the door, and he goes, "No, no, no, don't let him in." And he kind of sits there, and the knock gets more hasty now, and it kind of is banging, and it was just like bang, 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 and all of a sudden, the guard's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go open this." And Gator's like, "Sure, whatever he wants, just go take care of him." And as the guard opens the door, the body of a man gets thrown through it, and he is all bloody and scratched and is no longer. And so immediately Gatriarch kind of stands up and goes, what's going on here? And there is screaming and shouting coming from the rest of the brothel. And I want you to roll for initiative.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see. I got a 16.
Right. Okay. One second, I'm pulling this here. All right, so if you look at the map now, I'm gonna move this right here. Dun, 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 dun. If you look at the map, you will see. Oh shoot, I forgot someone. One second, one second. I forgot to put Gatriarch right there. Okay. Nice. And I'm moving tool right next to you. So,
Yeah.
there. So this is where you're at currently. A body has been thrown through the door here. All these guards are now ready to ready, I guess like ready to fight. I don't know. Um, but have you rolled initiative?
Yeah, 16.
16. Perfect. One second. I'm just doing some work here. And do you want Toll to be attacking with you or independently?
He'll go with me,
Okay. All right.
and yeah, just depending on when I let him out.
Excellent. Okay. In that case, then I'm just doing a little more work here.
So is the guard captain, is that the body that was thrown through, or he's somebody who?
No, he's a bodyguard. So, there, I don't
Okay.
have anyone like marked for who the body is, but this is the
Okay.
beefy bodyguard. This is a regular bodyguard. I guess he was kind of like at the door here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we are, so as the body is thrown through the door, you see a oh, where is this? A ghoul at the
Ooh.
door. And he looks very hungry. Oh no, not Google. Jeez. Okay, but I can't. That scared the crap out of me. Holy cow! Just starts
Oh,
talking to me.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I might not be able to say that name because somebody's listening. Dang. Okay. So, in that case, then it is your go at the very top. Tell me what you want to do.
Okay, so he's at the door. I'm right here. Okay, so 5, 10, 15. Um, shoot. Okay, let's see what I can do. Um, okay, I'm going to cast lightning lure. I'm gonna immediately I see the ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
He's at the door, and then I'm just gonna um just automatically cast lightning lure, which is it says here you create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at one creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet of you. So let me see if I'm within reach. I'll move here. Yeah. 5, 10. Oh, I'll have to move a little bit more, huh?
That's 5, 10, 15. No, that's you should be able to get there. Hold on, if I
Okay.
do, let me get the ruler here. You are within 14 feet of the ghoul.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then so the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line toward me.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Oh,
Strength
so
saving throw.
yeah.
I mean, let me now clarify. Do you want him to go closer to you?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. He rolled a 14. Does that clear?
that does clear it. Okay. So up to 10 feet line toward you. I don't think it does any damage then.
Um, target must succeed on this essay or be pulled. Or be pulled up 10 feet in a straight line and take 1d8 damage if it is within 5 feet of you. And so
Oh,
if it's within 5 feet of you, it can do 1d8 damage. But since he did not get pulled, he
gotcha.
does not get hurt.
Okay,
Okay.
so that failed. Oh, were you gonna say something? Go ahead.
No, no, no. You continue.
Okay. Okay, so that was, I believe, my action. Let's see. So bonus action. Mm, I'm just gonna move this way.
Okay.
Tool's still in my pocket,
Perfect.
and I'll end my turn there.
Excellent. All right. And Toll's not doing anything?
No, I'm gonna have him stay for right now.
Perfect. Which means that it is now the guard captain's turn. He is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and he is going to. I mean, guard A is kind of it's right here. It's hard for him to kind
Right.
of get close. It's through there, and so he's going to sit there and he's going to kind of ready himself for the next attack here. We're now going to down to this ghoul. And this ghoul, he is going to attack guard A here with a bite attack. And let's see here. 1 second. And that hits. And he's going to do
Oh man.
11 damage to. So
Ooh,
that's 7 damage of piercing and 4 of necrotic. And what did I say? What did I say that total? 11?
11.
Yeah, this
Mhm.
dude's dead. And so he just jumps the,
No
the guard
way.
and Absolus just starts feasting on this guard because he's a ghoul. Is that my phone gonna? Okay, my phone doesn't do anything. And he and it is a vicious and gruesome sight. But that guard is no longer. Now, next
No way.
we are going to all of a sudden you see kind of a darker shape kind of slip in through the door crack longer around where this ghoul is feasting. That's gonna be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. A shadow. A
What
kind
the
of
heck?
a shadow like a shadow from the side of the wall lengthens and then kind of stands up as this creature with like long fingers and pale eyes shrieks over here. And it is going to do um nothing. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to sit there and be menacing. But it is now in the room with you.
Okay.
And at this point, there is a guard all the way over here. You, I'll move the map a little bit. A guard right there who is hears the screaming, is determined to get things going. And that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to get like to right there. And then, of course, oh, where am I going? Where am I going? Gatriar here is kind of is freaking out a little bit. He is going to he's looking around, kind of figuring out going on, and he begins to kind of back up a little bit. He's like is trying to navigate the situation of what's going on. All right, which means it is Marlo. It is your turn again. The ghoul is now
Nice.
in the room.
In
Oh,
the
the
room.
shadow.
Okay. Um, okay. Okay, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Heck yeah.
So unleash a wave of thunderous energy in a 15-foot cube. So let me see where. Let's see. Let's switch. How do you
Uh,
get the? There was a
that is the overlays. So if you look up at the
overlays.
little
Okay.
sidebar.
Oh
Oh wait,
yep.
hold on, hold on.
Okay.
I need to move the camera again. There we go. Okay.
Oh yes. Okay, maybe you try it.
Oh wait, do I have it set so you can?
I think so, but
I thought so. Okay, but let me try it. So of a cube,
yeah,
a
15-foot
oh shoot.
cube.
Oh shoot. Hold on 1 second. Maybe it's not working for me either. What the hell? Hold on. Overlay of cube. 15 feet. So this is just like 15 feet from you?
Yeah,
Like boom?
like
Oh yeah, you do it.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
boom.
I dig it. All right. So, let's see. Well, it originates from you, so I think it's I think
Oh,
you have
like
to be the epicenter of it.
oh, okay.
Which I mean still would hit the
So it'd be in
ghoul.
this.
Yeah, but it'd be right there, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then that's a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. We're gonna do Constitution saving throw. No way. No way. Just natural 20'd.
Oh my heck.
Um, it does the thunder wave blasts off as you hit the epicenter, like the items and air it's thrown from your general area, and he just is still feasting and stops and then looks up at you slowly, completely un unaffected by by the thunder wave. I almost feel bad for that one. I am sorry because that, that was a lot of work. But
That's okay.
continue.
He's okay. So he takes. I'm gonna roll 2d8s.
Mhm.
So that was 11. He takes half damage. So
How much
that
you
would
roll that for that one?
be
That'd be like 6.
Okay. Yeah, so that'd
Perfect.
be 6.
Okay, at least you got some damage on him. I was a little worried that you wouldn't get any damage on him, but all right. And it make sure that Toll, if Toll is looking to go, make sure he goes as well.
Yes. Okay. And then so that was my action. I think at this point, okay, so these chairs and oh no, it's just the chair that's kind of go. I'm gonna use my bonus action and oh, I'm a little bit, and I'm going to create my tentacle of the deep. I'm going to
Oh yeah.
summon it.
Perfect, perfect.
So it's a 10-foot long tentacle. And I'm just gonna have it originate because I can have it originate within 60 feet,
Mm-hmm.
but let me do that one. I'm going to have it go diagonally from me.
Dig it. Okay.
Oh, let me. Do, 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 do. 5, 10, 15. Okay. So yeah.
Wait, is it 10 foot or 15 foot? That was a 10 foot.
Oh, sorry. It's a 10-foot.
No worries.
There.
I can't be letting you get extra size. You're already
my,
intimidating as is.
my dragon only gives me so much. Okay. 5, 10. Yeah. So it'll be there. So yeah. You see, you're like, had this. If a dragon could laugh, it'd be laughing right now.
Hmm.
And then, like, this rush of blue power, and then my eyes are glowing blue, and then just a rush of my hands go together, and then a rush of like ice, and then all of a sudden the dragon tail appears.
Perfect. Excellent. And a dragon tail is now in the room here. The guard, the guard captain kind of like stands back. He's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And Gatriar is impressed, and he kind of nods while he's over here. The ghoul looks at
Wait,
the
wait.
yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry. Well, while I did that, I look over to Gatriar and I say, "Who's the dog now?"
King of trash talk. Marlowe is the king of trash talk. All right. And the ghoul is kind of like looks over and is a little bit surprised at all of a sudden there's a dragon tail just sitting here. Um, which means now it
well, because
is. Oh wait, no.
well,
Is there
because
anything else you
I
want to do on your turn?
yeah, because I summoned it, it can create a melee spell attack against one creature. So it's gonna go
Yes.
at the ghoul.
Perfect.
And
Roll to
when you
attack.
create a hit. Okay, so let's see. That was a 14 to hit.
And a 14 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. And I'm on D8. That was a 6.
6. Perfect. And that's cold damage, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. I just want to make sure. Nothing. Yes, it is not immune to cold damage. Okay. You said that was 6 damage.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay. So you smack the crap out of it with the dragon tail. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And so he gets absolutely whooped with his tail. Kind of shrieks in pain as I'm sure you kind of like smacked him against the wall, kind of with the tail. You just like whacked him with it, and so he screams in pain. But it is. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
My turn? No.
Okay. Now, Toll, do you want Toll to do anything here?
Yeah, so Tool's gonna get up. He's gonna have felt that rush of power and then use and take that as a sign to come out. And he is going to fly out and try to bite this ghoul.
Yeah.
So
All
he
right.
can he can multi-attack. So he's gonna make 2 bite attacks.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, let's
Roll
see.
to attack for both of them.
That's a 10 on the first one.
Perfect. 10 does not hit, but roll the second one.
Okay. Oh, dang it. That's a 7 for the second one.
A 7 does not hit either.
Cursed.
Toll is
Switch up my bag.
so I mean Toll he runs and jumps onto the ghoul and is trying to like just like to bite, but honestly the ghoul is so like rotted and like necrotic that like he's biting and he's like ripping, but like it really doesn't even look like it's affecting him at all whatsoever. And the ghoul is not harmed. However, we are going to move now to the guard captain, who's going to run up. Um, he's gonna like reach. He'll come right here and he'll like reach over this tail. I'm not gonna. As long as with your permission, can he reach over the tail and can he hit?
I think so. He could either go over or under it because it's kind of in space right now.
Oh, I dig it. Okay, perfect. In that case, then he reaches over with a he's gonna do a javelin here. Kind of reaches over and he tries to stab the ghoul. Let's see. He rolls attack. It does not hit. He kind of like flails it like wildly, but the ghoul is able to kind of dodge what's going on here. And he's going to multi-attack again into it. He's going to do it again. And that one does hit this time. And so that is 9 damage. He's able to stab the ghoul kind of like in the upper chest and everything. The ghoul shrieks and is wounded, which means the ghoul goes next. And the ghoul is not happy. He is going
No.
to lunge at you and do a claw attack. Um,
Okay.
does a does a 19 hit you?
It does hit me. Yeah.
Did I do that with a claw attack? Yeah. It does 4 damage to you,
Okay.
and the target is and I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. A 12.
12. You save. So
Okay.
you feel the slash. It burns with kind of like an infected type of feel, but nothing else happens to you. So you are you just take 4 damage, and he's actually but that's not going to stop him though. He is going to multi attack into a bite here, and does a 9 hit you?
It does not.
Perfect. And so he reaches up and slashes you with long, kind of like grotesque fingernails. And you feel the slash across your chest, kind of almost like pierce through the studded armor. But while you recoil in pain, he comes in with like his teeth, but it just gnashes in the air and doesn't get anything for with that bite attack. Which means it is now this shadow's turn. This shadow is going to make a beeline across the table and straight to Gatriar, and where they are going to do a draining swipe. And that hits. Yeesh. That hits very. Actually, hold on. Wait a second. Okay, no, I thought it was a D. I thought it was a natural 20. Um,
Oh
but it
gosh.
hits. It hits hard, and it almost kind of like it dashes across the table, and with it like a shadowy hand, it grabs him Gator by the neck and slides him up the wall. So his feet are now like dangling off the wall, and he's grasping it and trying to like kind of grab whatever's grabbing him, but he can't quite like make contact with anything. And you hear him start to like kind of gasp for air. And he's grappled at this point. Um, now, 1 second, we're gonna go. Okay, and it is this guard's turn, all the way over here. Oh, he's going to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
He's
He's
slowly making his way over.
he's running. He's running. Gatriar can't do anything, which means it's gonna be Marlo. It is your turn.
Is the guard's base speed 15? And so his dash is just 30?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh my heck. Okay.
oh, I guess he could be dashing. I totally forgot he could be he dashed. So he got 60. He's like
He's
running.
just
He's like, oh
casually
shoot.
walking.
Oh no. There's something.
If only there
Um,
was someone else who can help.
yeah, so okay, fine. He dashed. I forgot that he could dash. It'd be so
Okay.
despicable if the guard's speed was 15. Yeah, so it is now Marlo, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my action to disengage from this ghoul.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move 5, um, 10. Okay, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to, let's see, to move my dragon tail.
Okay.
So instead of being right there, doo, 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 I'm going to move it to be 5, 10, right here.
Right
Five,
there.
10, right?
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay, so that's, and then, oh, not that it matters, but the ghoul speed is reduced by 10. Oh, yeah, by
Oh,
10
excellent.
feet.
Okay. Yeah, because it did the you did the tail
Mhm.
slap. Okay, perfect. All right, I will
And
remember that.
then let me just double check. Okay, yeah, so it's within 10 feet. So I'm going to, since I moved the tail, it's going to attack the shadow.
Excellent. Okay. And now roll to attack.
And use this d20 now. Let's see. That was a nat one.
No.
Yeah.
So, um, so, you Um, well, I mean, with a natural one, that's gonna be so the tail swings, kind of like raises up, swings at the shadow, and it does not hit the shadow at all. It goes straight through. The shadow kind of sees the tail show up, and you see his body kind of go into like a more incorporeal state, like even like dropping Gatria off of the wall, and the tail swings straight through him, and instead smacks the captain guard. And the I'm trying to remember with the attack. Where's your tail deep? Okay. And so I want you to roll damage, but this is going to be for
Oh
the guard
gosh.
captain.
Okay. That's 7.
Not going easy on this dude. And he gets smacked the crap out of by this dragon tail while he's trying to focus on the ghoul. And the guard captain kind of looks at you like with like offense in his eyes. He's like, what the hell, dude?
It's my patron.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Okay.
That was it.
Excellent. Excellent. And that means Toll. Does Toll want to do anything?
Yeah, Toll is going to yet again try to bite this ghoul.
Okay, okay.
So come on, little buddy. All right.
We got
Which
this.
d20 should I do? Let's try this one. That's a 19 to hit.
19 to hit. No, oh, hell yeah. That does damage. So roll that hits, so roll for damage.
Okay, so that was the first one. Do you want me to roll for the second bite attack?
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay. And the second one is a nat 20.
Hell yeah, which means
It
that one
hit.
criticals.
Okay,
So roll for damage, and then you'll roll for damage. This is gonna be a little difficult.
for
You'll
the
roll for
first
damage
one?
once,
Okay.
and you'll roll for damage a second time, and you'll double that last one.
Okay. Okay, 1d4. I feel so stupid. Is it, I count with the d4? I count what's pointing up?
The number that's on the
Okay.
top.
Okay, that's a 6 for the first attack. And then a 10 for the crit.
Hell yeah. Now, does Toll want to maim or kill?
Toll is gonna kill that mofo. He's just gonna.
Perfect. Describe it.
Okay. So little Toll, he latches on, um, he latches onto the ghoul's neck
Yeah.
and just starts. He bites
Just start
for
going
the first
crazy on it.
time, and then the second time he just like, yeah, he starts biting real hard. And
Boy.
he's going crazy. He's kind of all of a sudden in a trance, when a dog is like chewing on their toy
Yeah.
and they're just gnawing on it.
He's
That's
just going
him
crazy.
right now. So
I
he's
dig it.
just not, yeah.
And this ghoul is no longer. Toll makes short work of him. So that means it is the guard captain's turn now. Um, the guard captain is kind of uh sees the Toll absolutely
Yeah.
decimate this school and kind of like, oh, and is a little bit like wary of Toll in general because he's like, I don't know if the dude's a friend, but see has been seeing that kind of you and Toll have been working together, so he's going to um I guess run around here. So let's see, 30 feet. He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, kind of like that. And he's gonna attack this shadow here, with the javelin. Oh, which hits. Oh, which hell yeah hits. Which does 14 damage to this shadow.
Nice.
And so the shadow kind of becomes more physical as it goes back to Gaitriar to kind of to finish the job. And as it does and turns its attention away, the guard captain shows up and stabs it with a javelin kind of right in the back, and it shrieks in kind of a devilish way and takes damage here, which means that it's actually going to turn around and then attack the guard captain. And that's going to be with a draining swipe,
Oh.
which misses Terra. Actually, it was a natural one. It was actually a natural one.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think how. What do I even do with that? Uh, I've never had. Um, it like lunges at the guard captain, and the guard captain's I guess kind of like take like another like opportunity attack, because he's that cool. We'll just see if it works, and it doesn't. Oh wait, hold on. It does hit again. Hell yeah. We're just gonna roll with this. Uh, and it does another 15 damage. Dang, this guard
Gee.
captain is getting his work in. And that actually kills the shadow actually. Um, and so the guard captain, like kind of dodges this like kind of shadow hand. And he's like, "Get your, I got you!" And he like stabs him in his chest and everything, and the shadow like screeches and dissipates into the regular shadows that are around around the place. Now this guard is still running up. He's gonna dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But as he moves here, he actually runs into this dude, and this dude's gonna take
Wait, heck.
an action of an attack of opportunity here, and it rolls a dirty 20, which hits, and it is going
Oh,
to draining swipe. Does 8 damage to the guard. Um, does that necrotic damage, and the target's strength score is decreased by 2. Can I actually do that here? Hold on. I don't know if I can override the strength scores, but nonetheless, he. I'll just do that. I'll just keep that in mind here, and that is 8 damage. So this guard is running by, and all of a sudden, this kind of shadow appears behind him, and a hand, kind of a like a long tendril hand, shoves through his kind of through his like chest cavity and everything. And he's like and starts to gasp. He's still alive, but he's not feeling good. He is not feeling good at all. Um, okay, and that is going to be actually he's gonna use his bonus action. He's gonna disappear again. So
oh my heck.
he is gone. Gaitriar here is taking a deep breath. He does not know. Uh, I mean, he's kind of clutching his neck where like, you can see the kind of a dark red handprint. Is kind of like his skin is reacting to whatever was grabbing him for a second. He goes, "Well, what was that? Where are all these shadows coming from?" And the guard captain's like, "I don't know what's going on." And they kind of look at you and they're like, "Marla, do you know what's going on?"
Okay. I don't, but it looks like the dog has its leash. And then
What
wait, it's
does that mean?
well because he has a handprint around him. I
Oh,
guess it
I
has
see,
his
I see. You're
collar.
still going off of all right, I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, dang, what all right, and we're gonna start back at the top with you, Marlo. What are you looking to do?
Okay. So hearing, I'm assuming I heard the guard
Yeah.
like say something. So I'm going to run. So 5, 10, 15. Can I scoop Tool up or would that be like my action?
No, I'll let you scoop 'em up. I mean, I feel like if
Okay.
anything told jumps in your pocket.
15, 20, 25. Okay. So I'm gonna start there. The guard's right there. I'm gonna yell out. I'm like, "What happened? Did you see anything?" Um, and then I'm going to do. I'm just gonna cash. Well, I'm gonna cast mirror image on myself.
Oh, dang. Nice. Okay.
Um, and then I'm gonna move my the dragon tail as my bonus action.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to have it appear. It's gonna take up this whole hallway
Oh, dang. Heck yeah.
right there.
Okay. I like it. One second. I'm taking a look here. Trying to read into mirror image real quick. One second. Okay, we're good. I had to see if the shadows had true sight, because the mirror image doesn't get affected if the creature has true sight. But okay, so we are now sitting here. Um, so that's your turn.
The Yeah, did the tail? I don't know if with him being like, is he like gone? Did he disappear? What I'm trying to get at is, did he just become invisible? So like, if he was in this space, would the tail like hit him,
Let me
or
take
did
a
he
look.
like leave
Um,
this realm and like enter shadow?
no, technically he has the hide status, so he did hide. I'm taking a look 1 second at the hide action. Oh, hold on. He actually has to. He can't just hide. He has to do a roll for it real quick. 1 second. This is dexterity saving throw. 1 second. Okay, actually, if I'm being real, he did not actually hide. He was not able to hide. He did not roll high enough,
Oh,
so he is
okay.
still there. Which
Okay.
means you can see him, which
So,
means that you could attack him if you want to.
okay, yeah. So with my dragon tail, I'm going to, since I moved it, it's going to try to hit him. So let me see. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, very much so. It very does hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Nice. Okay. Um, okay. That's a 6.
6 damage. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
And
Okay.
I don't know if it is cold damage. And his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Perfect. Now, I just realized the shadows actually have resistance to cold damage, so it gets half. So you did six
Oh,
damage. It
okay.
actually does 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And is that everything for your turn?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, which means Toll. Does Toll want to do anything?
Yeah, Toll is going to he's going to launch himself um out, like I'm assuming he jumped on my shoulder. So he's going to launch
Hmm.
himself from his shoulder, do a little fly, and he's going to try to sting this shadow.
Okay,
And
perfect.
we'll see how that works out. Let's see. Oh, so you need to make the Constitution
Oh
saving
shoot.
throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. It's 11 from the shadow.
Okay, so he failed.
Oh no.
So, I don't know. It's poison. Does he have resistance, or like is he immune to poison?
Um, let's see. He is immune to poison. The
Dang it.
shadow
So
is.
it doesn't do anything because yeah, this is poison damage.
Dang. So okay. Dang. So, like no other damage? Is it just poison damage?
It's just poison. Yeah.
Oh no. So I mean, eh, Cole is trying very, very hard. He's doing everything he
Yeah.
can. Um, this is the sting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh dang. Um, yeah, it's just poison damage. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Toll.
it's okay.
But
No,
is the
we live
guard
and we
cap?
learn.
Yeah, is the guard captain's turn? He's going to run. Unless you, that was it for Toll, right?
Yeah, now he's just either he's on the shadow or he's like
Yeah.
beneath the shadow,
Yeah.
just
Uh,
chilling.
so that's like 5, 10, 15, 20. I mean, he really can't get any further than this, so he's gonna sit there, and I mean, it's a thin hallway. He doesn't really know what he could do here. But the shadow is going to attack this guard again, and it's going to. Oh, it hits, and um, the the guard it gets it like pretty much the guard originally when he was running down the hallway got surprised by a shadowy hand kind of sticking like kind of piercing his cavity, his chest cavity, and kind of came out the other side. And so he dropped to his knees as you guys kind of ran around. Now the shadow once again kind of grabs his like kind of I don't really know how to describe this. I mean, like, is it he slashes and slashes a lot more. This guard is gone. This guard is gone. That's what I'm trying to say here. Is the guard is gone, and the shadow remains, which means it's KTR's turn. He begins to kind of run out to see if he can spot anything. But Marlo, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna see this guy go down. Um, oh goodness. And I'm going to, yeah, I'm gonna move my tail and move it here since the guard is no longer with us. And it's going to attack. Oh, it's halved though. Well, okay, no
I
matter.
mean, any
It's
damage is
going
good to
to
no
try,
damage.
yeah. I go towards. Okay, let's see. Bonus. Okay. Does a 12 hit?
12 does just
Nice.
barely.
Okay. Okay. And then so that's 6, but he's immune to cold damage, right?
Resistance, so it halves it. Yeah,
Yeah. So
so it's
that'll be
three
a
damage.
3. Mhm.
Perfect. All right, and then anything else you want to do in your turn?
Yeah. Can I can I jump on top of the tail and run
Like where this is
across
going.
it and
Okay.
try to make a j- like a falling jump attack? Just a melee with my scimitar.
I mean,
So
I'd
I
say
want to
hell
run on
yes.
top of. Okay, so I'm gonna run on top. I'm gonna jump on the tail. I'm gonna run, and I'm just gonna try to hit this shadow.
Excellent.
Okay,
All right, roll to
let's
attack.
see. Let's try a different dice. Let's see.
Yeah, you're starting to get superstitious about some of these dice.
Okay, so that is a dirty 20,
A dirty 20, and that
which
hits.
nice. I mean, we're in a brothel, so kind of fits.
Everything's dirty here, isn't it?
Okay, and then these. Okay, that's a 6. 6 damage.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. 6 damage here. Well, hold on 1 second, 1 second. Let me double check something here real quick. Um, yes, okay, it does hit. I was making sure that you didn't have any immunities or resistance to slashing damage. You said it was a 6?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, perfect. And so you run across the tail, jump up, and absolutely slice with this, like looking at all sorts of badassery here. I guess you technically would be like right here now, huh?
Yeah, like,
You're
yeah,
right
on
here.
top of it.
Yeah. And you flash into the shadowy figure. Your blade seems to kind of get like a little bit of like resistance as it slices through this shadowy figure, and the shadowy figure screams and kind of in this weird like hollow echo that kind of bounces off of the hall, like bounces off the walls in the hallway. Which means it is now Toll's turn. Toll want to do anything?
Yes. Toll is going to see that, and he's going to try to do a bite attack. Okay, let's see.
Excellent.
Let's do this one. That's an 18 to hit.
18 does hit. Now roll for damage.
Nice.
We're getting somewhere. We're getting
Okay,
somewhere.
okay,
Started off a little rough, but
okay.
we're getting there.
That is three. That is 5 piercing damage.
5 piercing damage. Yeah,
Oh,
does
that's
Toll
for
want?
the fir
Wait, what? Oh, for
oh,
the first one? No, no, you go
oh,
ahead.
yeah, but okay, because he does it's a multi-attack, so he gets another one, but
Yeah, go ahead and
let's
roll that
see.
one. I wonder if it has anything to do. I wonder if it'll change anything. Unless it's a natural one.
That's yeah, it's a 2, so for
Oh,
6
the second one
to
doesn't
hit.
hit. Yeah, the other one doesn't hit.
Okay,
But
okay.
luckily, with the very first bite, does Toll want to maim or kill?
He's gonna kill a shadow as much as he can.
So, however, a pseudo dragon would bite to death a shadow, it happens. It happens real good, and the shadow is now gone. And now all of a sudden, for the first time in for the last couple of minutes, the brothel is quiet, except for the faint kind of crackling of something that's happening kind of further in the room. And as you look down the hallway, this door at the very end that's closed behind the guard who showed up has smoke kind of seeping through the bottom of the door.
Oh,
And
no.
and Gatriar kind of pushes past everybody. He's like, no, 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 this can't happen. And he opens the door, and the main room here is now flooded in fire. I don't have any images of fire, but there's no commoners here. They all ran away. Sorry about that.
Okay, they didn't die.
No, they didn't die. They didn't die. They
Okay.
ran away. I forgot to too many things moving. I forgot to move them. Um, but the main portion of this brothel is on fire. But on this far wall, the fire emanates in letters that says "Immoral Radici knows secrets." And the entire
Oh.
building is becoming engulfed in flames. And Gatriar is kind of clenches his fist and he kind of shouts in frustration and turns around and goes, "Look, there's a door out the back. Let's run." And the you, Cole, Gatriar, and this guard captain all book it out the back and leave the Neuralist, the brothel, behind to pretty much just burn in flames. And we're gonna end here.
What the heck?
So, thank you so much for joining this session here. I hope that, I mean, I at least had a blast. It was fun. And so we'll see you next week. And I don't know. I don't know how to end this. Megan, say something. That's enough.
Yeah,
That's good
this
enough.
will be good.
Perfect. All right. Well, see you later, Megan.